Thinking about listing your property as a short-term rental, let's break down the top booking sites that every host should know about, their cost, the protection that you'll get, and I also want to throw in a few niche booking platforms that may be just perfect for your property. Of course, we're going to talk about the most popular one, and that is going to be Airbnb. They operate in hundreds of thousands of cities across 220 countries, making it the most widely used platform worldwide. And of course, what this means in a nutshell, more exposure for your property. Now let's talk about the fees. Currently, Airbnb uses a split fee, which consists of the host paying 3% and the guest paying roughly between 14 and 16%, but that can vary. If you haven't already checked out my latest video, I will link it below. But Airbnb this year will be switching to a host paid only fee. So the guests will no longer have to pay that fee. And to get more information about that, how this affects you and what you can do about it, just make sure you check out my link video below. But those are the fees for Airbnb. Now let's talk coverage and protection for the host and the guest. Airbnb provides $3 million in damage protection, $1 million in liability insurance. They also provide identity verification and host screening tools. The pros of using this site, there's a huge global audience, which can equate to more bookings for you. There's also built-in protection, which makes for safer hosting. A couple of cons that I would like to mention, it's a huge site, so it's a very competitive market. Sometimes it will be harder to stand out in the listings. There can also be some limitations in the coverage. Claims are not always guaranteed. The next site that I would like to talk about is Vacation Rentals by Owner, otherwise known as the popular VRBO. This site is owned by the Expedia Group, and it's very popular in North America and Europe. When it comes to the fees of VRBO, they charge a 5% booking fee and a 3% processing fee per booking, or you can have an annual subscription of $499. So thinking about this, if you are someone that is making tens of thousands of dollars every single year from VRBO, getting that subscription would probably be most beneficial and the smartest thing to do. But if you don't get a lot of bookings from VRBO, you will probably want to just go with the per booking fee. Coverage and protection. You automatically get $1 million in liability coverage. Also, there's an option for the guest to purchase damage protection, which reduces the risk for the host. Some of the pros for VRBO, it's great for families and group stays. So if you're someone that has a villa or a place that can house a large group, this may be a great site for you to advertise on. Also, there's less competition on this site, so it gives you more room to shine with your property. The third booking platform that I would like to talk about is booking.com. I know when you think about booking.com, you normally don't think about short-term rentals. You mostly think about hotels, but yes, they do advertise short-term rentals on their site. They have a huge international traveler base, and they have a strong reach worldwide. Through my research, their fees are commission-based, which are around 10 to 25%. But from what I read, the fees roughly stay around 15%. Let's talk insurance. They have a partner liability insurance for up to $1 million on eligible properties, and also the host can set their own damage policies. The pros, they have a massive global exposure, and they're pretty flexible with custom damage policies. The cons, high commissions, no coverage for all property types, and they have a guest first approach, which could bias some dispute outcomes. Now let's talk the Expedia Group. You get expansive visibility from Expedia, Hotels.com, Orbitz, Travelocity, all from one listing. When it comes to fees, this can vary depending on the contract that you have with the site, but it's often structured around commissions. With insurance, there's no dedicated protection like Airbnb and VRBO, so the host should definitely have their own insurance. The pros, extremely wide reach across Expedia's group platforms. They also do provide payment processing safeguards. When it comes to the cons, less transparent protection when it comes to insurance and damage. And then there's TripAdvisor. When it comes to fees, there is a 3% host fee and an 8 to 16% guest fee. When it comes to protection, there is some fraud protection, but it's very limited in comparison to Airbnb. The pros, you are going to have great exposure via the TripAdvisor app, but the cons are it's a smaller audience and it's not as popular anymore. I definitely wanted to bring up some of these sites that you may or may not know about. And the first one that I wanted to talk about was a site called Glamping Hub. And this is for any outdoor or glamping stays. They do have a 4% host fee and a 6 to 12% guest fee. And this is definitely a good site for unique stays that focus on outdoors. Then there is Kid and Co. This is a family-focused rental with child-friendly properties. The fees for this is between 10 and 15% for the host. So if you're someone that has a property that really caters to families with children, this is definitely a site that you may want to check out. There is Mr. B&B. This is a LBGTQ friendly platform, and the hosting fees is between 1 to 4%. And this is a site that focuses on inclusivity. One fine stay. Now, these are luxury curated listings. So, if you're someone that has a luxury property, this may be a site that you will want to look at. The commissions are variable, but it caters to a high end appeal. There's another luxury site called Plum Guy. They deal in luxury curated stays. They have very high standards for screening their guests, and their commissions is roughly around 15%. I cannot forget people that travel with pets. There is a platform called Bring Fido, and this is a pet friendly marketplace, and the commissions are roughly around 10%. So, whether you want to maximize your reach with sites like Airbnb, attract families like VRBO, or tap into those unique communities like the Glamping Hub or Mr. B&B, there is a site for you to list your property. Which one would you list on first? Drop it in the comments. If you're on any of these sites, please drop it in the comments. Let us know what your experience is. Of course, correct me if I'm giving any wrong information as far as commissions and fees and even coverage. Let us know what's going on. I had just did a little research and I thought I'd just bring what I read to you guys. But let's have a conversation about this. I only list on Airbnb right now, so I don't have personal experience with any of these other sites. But if you do, tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you don't like about it. Do you find that you get a lot of bookings, or is Airbnb your go-to? I really enjoyed bringing this video to you guys today. There was a lot of information in it. I know it's a lot, but I just wanted to share with you some of the top sites and also bring sites to you that maybe you didn't know about, but it actually fits exactly what you're bringing to the table as far as your property. I am also going to leave a link below. No, this video is not sponsored by Airbnb, but it is my own personal referral link. So if you would like to be a host, if you're thinking about being a host, or you just want to learn a little bit more about Airbnb, you can click the link below and find out all the information. Of course, you don't have to go through my referral link. You can also do it on your own, but I just thought I'd just put it out there because I do have a link. And Airbnb, if you want to sponsor me, let's talk. In the next video, I am going to go more in depth about just Airbnb because it is the only site that I use. I want to talk more about what I like about Airbnb, the pros that I have experienced, and also any cons if I have any to mention. We have come to the end of another great topic here on our channel. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and also share if you know someone that needs this information. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye.